What if Spider-Man is finally out of his depth? What if all the battles he's fought before, the Sinister Six, Kraven, and Venom, were just the warm-up? What if the real nightmare is only just beginning? And when the dust settles, what if Peter Parker and Miles Morales are left broken, shattered, and forever changed? Welcome back to Cult Rushmore, where we break down the deepest lore, the wildest speculation, and the most hyped theories for the biggest upcoming games. Today we're diving headfirst into the storm that is Marvel's Spider-Man 3. So let's break it all down. So for those of you who are new to the channel, what we like to do here in this series is ponder the idea of what if. A series that's just pure, far out there speculation. A place for wild theories and where I think the story can go. So please grab a cold beverage and let's discuss what Insomniac Spider-Man could bring us in this final chapter. So, Peter is taking a much needed break, focusing on the Emily May Foundation, while Miles, he holds down the city, embracing his role as New York's one and only Spider-Man. Stopping muggings, chasing down stolen cars, even saving a cat or two. It's the friendly neighbourhood stuff. Now, there will be a lot of characters returning for the final instalment, but there's also many new characters making an appearance. The main one people are going to look towards is Cindy Moon. We see her in the after-credits scene where Miles welcomes her and her father into his home. Here's the thing though, for those who don't know, she's actually Silk from the comics. How she fits into this is anyone's guess. Maybe a Miles side quest exploring that relationship and how she becomes Silk, if she does at all. But in the shadows of Oscorp, the real threat is brewing. For 2 games, we've watched Norman Osborn slowly unravel. His obsession with saving Harry led him to unleash the symbiote, giving us what is arguably the most terrifying, well-executed Venom we've ever seen on screen, in my opinion. But that descent into madness was just the beginning. The pieces have been set for years, and now it's time. It's time for the rise of the Green Goblin. Oscorp is in shambles, Harry is on life support, Norman has nothing left to lose, and when a man like Norman loses everything, he doesn't break, he evolves. Enter the Goblin Serum, a twisted, experimental formula that takes him beyond human limits. His mind fractures even further, and what emerges from the wreckage is the most sadistic, relentless version of the Green Goblin we've ever seen. And let's be real, Insomniac's take on Venom was nothing short of perfection, Kraven too for that matter. That means their Green Goblin has to be something really special. Forgetting the Power Ranger suit for a moment, forget the Ultimate Universe's hulking monstrosity. I want a calculated, sadistic, tech-enhanced predator with a terrifying goblin-like visage. Whether it's a mask or a full-blown mutation, that remains to be seen. But Norman knows strength alone won't win this war. And in the final moments of Spider-Man 2, we saw him reach out to someone just as broken as he is. Someone who knows Spider-Man's weakness better than anyone else. Otto Octavius. The last time we saw Otto, he was locked away in the raft, consumed by hatred, planning his revenge. But Norman, he doesn't want Otto locked up, he wants him at his side. So what if Norman orchestrates Otto's escape? This isn't just another villain team-up, this can be a war strategy. You have Norman Osborn, the ruthless tactician, bringing destruction from above as the Green Goblin. And Otto Octavius, he's cold, calculated, a mastermind setting the perfect traps for Peter and Miles at every turn. But here's the best part about this deadly alliance. These two hate each other, and they have to. Because it's that tension, it's that uneasy alliance that will make this dynamic electric on screen. We don't want a simple bad guys working together story. We want to feel the inevitable double-cross bubbling under the surface. We want to see Norman and Otto pulling their own strings, using each other as pawns while fighting for dominance in their own twisted rivalry. And the biggest question of all, who will be first to draw blood on Spider-Man? But let's just imagine the chaos from a gameplay perspective for a moment. Can you imagine Oscorp-funded Spider Slayer drones built by Otto patrolling the city, ambushing the Spider-Man mid-swing, keeping players on the edge with unpredictable encounters? You can even take that a step further, with the Green Goblin ambushing you in the open world. Imagine soaring through the skyline, swinging from building to building, only to be ripped out of the air by Norman's tech-enhanced assault. Sure, early on, he can get away each time, but he's there to torment the Spider-Men, picking them apart mentally with each encounter. This city belongs to Norman, not the Spider-Men, and Green Goblin is going to make sure that they are aware of that. It's these random encounters that would keep players on their toes. It creates a true cat and mouse dynamic between you and one of Spider-Man's deadliest foes. Meanwhile though, Otto keeps Peter's identity a secret for now. Why? Because knowledge is power, and if Otto just hands Norman the truth, that Peter Parker is the Spider-Man he hates, their alliance crumbles instantly. Instead, he manipulates from the shadows, setting traps, targeting Peter's loved ones, making every move feel personal. This isn't just a battle of brute force, it's a war on two fronts: strategy and madness, tech and terror. And as for Peter, well, he won't be sitting on the sidelines for long, will he? Because this deadly alliance will just be too much for Miles alone. While the tension builds and Otto and Norman make their moves, something else is lurking in the shadows. Something is boiling beneath the surface of New York. Something that's ready to cause carnage. But let's rewind for a second. We all remember that chilling scene where Cletus Kasady stole a piece of the symbiote. And if you know anything about Carnage's symbiote, you know this isn't just another Venom. I was really hoping that this was setting up a Carnage DLC, if I'm being honest. You know, for the post-launch of Spider-Man 2. It could still be being saved for that leaked Venom game, but I really don't know if that's still happening. So with all that uncertainty, he's just too big of a character and too big of a setup from Spider-Man 2 to not include him in my pitch for Spider-Man 3. Now think about this. Venom was terrifying in the first game, but Cletus Kasady is something else entirely. Unlike Harry's Venom, Cletus doesn't fight for control over the symbiote. He is the symbiote. The raw, bloodthirsty hunger of Carnage, fused with the mind of a psychotic serial killer, makes him an unpredictable force of chaos. One that does not care about healing the world, he just wants to devour it. There will be no mass population of symbiotes this time. My idea for how they use Carnage in this game is a little different. With the game already balancing two heavy hitters like Green Goblin and Doc Ock, I don't want to jam too much into the game. I like the idea of Carnage being an unseen presence. You see, with Kasady escaping custody in the previous game, what if a manhunt is ongoing for Cletus in this game, as mutilated bodies begin appearing across the city, leaving players to investigate in small side quests, liaising with NYPD, leaving players and characters guessing who or what is behind the murders. The game could slowly unravel the horror, keeping players in the dark as gruesome murders escalate. Civilians start disappearing, and entire crime scenes are painted in blood. Then in a twist, what if the murders just stop all of a sudden? What if Otto sees Carnage as the final piece of his plan? And the reason the murders were stopped is because Otto, you see, using his brilliant mind, has captured Cletus, saving him for the right moment. And when that moment finally comes, we will see Otto spring a trap for both Norman and the Spider-Men. And in the midst of unleashing Carnage, he makes an attempt to retrieve his lost technology from Oscorp, his mechanical arms, becoming Dr. Octopus once more, setting the stage for the epic conclusion. A three-way battle, Dr. Octopus, Green Goblin, and Carnage, and standing in the middle of it all, Peter Parker and Miles Morales. This sets the stage for an epic conclusion which honestly could go in multiple directions. I'm picturing a chaotic battle between our heroes and villains, switching between both Miles and Peter. And towards what we believe to be the end, Insomniac would have the chance to craft something truly unforgettable. What if the chaos doesn't stop with Carnage? What if, in the heat of the battle, the symbiote latches onto Norman, twisting him into something even more monstrous? A true red goblin. A being of pure rage, fueled by the symbiote's hunger and Norman's fractured mind. Could this be the final boss? The ultimate nightmare for Spider-Man? And if so, how far will Insomniac go? Would they dare to kill MJ? Would they push Peter past his breaking point? Or is that too dark for the story they're telling? One thing is for certain, the stakes have to be higher than ever. If this is the final chapter in Insomniac's Spider-Man saga, they need to go all in. And I hope they do. I want that emotional punch, which the last game was kind of lacking for me, if I'm being honest. But what do you think? Can you see any of these story beats playing out? Or do you have your own ideas that would leave mine in the mud? Well, drop your theories in the comments and I'd love to read them and interact with you all there. And please smash that like button and subscribe for more what ifs, because trust me, we're just getting started.